introduce the competitors. First, the challenger from Asheville, North Carolina. Please welcome, starting in the goalie position, Alan Reese. And his forward, a man who is a true legend in the sport of table soccer with more than 30 career World Championship titles. Please welcome Todd Loffredo. On the other side, in the purple shirt, reminiscent somewhat of a couple of different Johnny Horton tournaments. Please welcome Mr. Chris Flowers. North Carolina. And ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for the forward, the defending Tornado World Singles and World Doubles Champion from Colorado. Please welcome Ryan Mind Games Moore.
Not often we get to do something like this, a challenge match. We've come down here all the way from Durango, Colorado to beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, basically for one match, although there's also a tournament going on, and we'll have action for that from that as well. But let's head down now to the pit table and introduce the players. There you see Alan Reese in the goalie position. That's Todd Loffredo at forward. Loffredo with more than 30 career World Championships. And on the right, that is the great Ryan Moore at forward. Chris Flowers at goal. It is a race to 5 games. In other words, it is 5 of 9. First team to get to 5 wins will win $5,000. Here we go, best of 9, a race to 5. We are underway here in game number 1. Todd Loffredo and Ryan Moore starting in the forward position here in this first game. However, in games 2 and 4, it is going to be Alan Reese and Chris Flowers playing forward. A 9-game match, potentially. And this is the man who kind of got it all started. That's Alan Reese back there, challenging Ryan Moore. And if you go to the foosball board, the American foosball board, you'll kind of see a very long thread that started rather innocuously and began to build and became Ryan Moore being called out in Atlanta. And here we are a couple of weeks later in Atlanta, bringing you a match for $5,000. And again, the winner gets $5 grand. The winner's nothing. Each game, of course, played to 5. The match to 5 games. And for $5,000. I'd like to welcome everybody watching around the world already today. I've had text messages and Facebook messages from more than 15 different countries, and I'm assuming there are people watching in even more nations than that around the foosball world. There's a shot on goal by Reese, picked up here by Blowers. And Alan Reese and Chris Flowers, this has to be a little nerve-wracking, but also thrilling for them to be able to play in a match with 2 of the truly legendary players in the history of the sport. Todd Loffredo, recognized generally as the greatest player of all time. And right now, Ryan Moore very well could be the greatest player in the world. Nice save there by Reese, and another one, and another. Nice series there by Alan Reese, keeping it out of the goal. Still no score, as he pumps one on goal, picked up on the bounce by Todd Loffredo. Loffredo will set up his legendary pull shot against Chris Flowers. Tried to stroke the long. Flowers is there. That's a nice defensive play by Chris. A couple of shout-outs, of course. Amy and the kids watching in Durango, California, rather Colorado. Hello to you guys. Marty and Evan Jones watching in Asheville, North Carolina, which is Alan Reese country. And hello, Ari, my lovely daughter. Nice save there by Loffredo. Still no score here in the first game. Remember, this could potentially go 9 games. Teams will switch sides after every game. And again, Loffredo and Moore must play the goalie position in both games 2 and 4. And there's the first score of the match as Loffredo able to find the hole. Ryan looking to even it up, walking it. Always so aggressive on that 3-rod, and he finds the hole near side. It's 1-1. Big crowd watching here in the pits area. And stroking it home here is Loffredo to give his team a 2-1 lead. And a special shout out as well to Vicky watching at Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix, Arizona in the United States. 2-1 lead here in game number 1. Negotiations on exactly how this match was going to be played have gone on for quite a while, and it was just decided before the match that Loffredo and Moore would play games 2 and 4 in the forward position. I think that was always on the table as Ryan finds the hole to the far side. It's 2-2. Shout out to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, where the great young player Don Butchkowski is watching. Hello, Butch. Hello, Pearl Harbor. Loffredo missed a wide open straight effort there. And we're still at 2-2 here in game number 1. Chris Blowers has it intercepted and taken away by Loffredo. Todd can give his team the lead. Blowers blocks it, tried to dig it out. It comes back to Todd once again. And he finds the straight hole.
Ready? Yep.
Of course, there's been great interest in this match once it was declared as a sure thing, as Ryan will set it up, looking to even it up here in game number 1. And stroking it home here is Ryan Moore. It's 3-3. But there's also been great interest here in this part of the country. A very, very big turnout. I think I was talking to promoter Phil Grable, who we're going to speak with here in just a little while on the air. And he says it's about double what they usually get for this kind of event. So there's been tremendous interest. And now Ryan can give his team a 4-3 lead as he sets up the snake shot, walks it, and fires it home near corner. Boy, when he takes his time on that snake shot, his shooting percentage is extraordinary. Well, we have 60 or 70 people around the table right now watching this match. And a shout out to Kaiser Nova watching with his buddies in Rotterdam. He's working on that push kick. 4-3 lead here in the first game for Ryan Moore and Chris Blowers. Remember, in the second game, Loffredo and Moore will be playing the goalie positions. And that slingshot off the outside wall by Reese, picked up here by Blowers, who calls timeout. Well, we're glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're tuned in to the battle in Atlanta. And we do have a switch here as Ryan Moore.
You're asking me questions, and I'm thinking my defense for it. Okay.
Ryan Moore has switched to goal to defend against Todd Loffredo. And rather to actually take control of the ball in an offensive situation. And of course, anybody who knows Ryan Moore knows this is one of the best shooting goalies the sport has ever seen. Ryan pumps that one up the table, intercepted along the way by Loffredo. Todd will look to advance it against the defensive 5 of Chris Blowers. No, he's going to fire home a smooth left hook. It's 4-4. Great shot by Loffredo. Chris Blowers enjoying it. Chris having fun out there, and why wouldn't you? And we're going to get a timeout here.
Ready? Yep.
4-4 here in the first game. Ryan Moore tried to knock it off that back wall, then he is able to dig it out. Ryan can win game number 1. Remember, it's a race to 5 games. Moore strokes it home near side, so game number 1 goes to Ryan Moore and Chris Blowers. And the teams will switch sides every game. All right, There you see Chris Blowers starting at forward, Ryan Moore at goal. Alan Reese will be in the forward position here in game 2, and Loffredo at goal. There is no switching in either games 2 or 4 as we open it up with Ryan Moore and Chris Blowers leading 1-0. Chris Blowers will have the first scoring opportunity. Let's see what Chris does. Not real familiar with his game. Chris will shoot against Loffredo. And Todd will make the block. Reese hustles after it. And again, it's Blowers. Loffredo defending. And Blowers able to find the hole. It's 1-0. Referee for the match. You see him at the other end. That is Mr. Vin Rivera, an old friend of mine from the Los Angeles area who was truly one of the great players in the world in 1979 and 80. Alan Reese picks it up, strokes it home against his nemesis Ryan Moore. And it's 1-1. Loffredo tied up at 1, and you would think this is a especially big game for Alan Reese and Todd Loffredo. Chris Blowers. Blowers goes wide of the goal here, picked up by Reese. Reese sends that one on goal. We're continuing to get messages from all around the world. Hello, Mr. Brad Anderson, watching in beautiful St. Paul, Minnesota, which I'm sure is a lovely 12 degrees this evening. Zach Kober and the group down in Lafayette, Louisiana. Christian Dudinger in Germany is watching. Chris Blowers now, and Ryan Moore up 2-1. Taken away here by Blowers. Of course, when you talk about Ryan Moore and Todd Loffredo, and anytime there's a match that involves those two, there's going to be interest. And Chris Blowers, though, is the star of this second game so far, as he strokes home that pole shot. Reese has it taken away by Moore. Now it's interesting when you break down the differences between these two goalies. Of course, Ryan Moore, the great shooting goalie, doesn't spend a lot of time back there defensively, but when he wants to be, he can be very good defensively. Todd Loffredo, quite simply, one of the 5 greatest goalies of all time, and in many people's opinion, perhaps the best goalie that the sport has ever seen. And we've got a timeout.
What happened? Is that me, you, and him? Or Todd?
If you guys get me, also.
Okay. Not that we'll give it to you, but we know what's going on. All right.
Chris Blowers having a good time down there, playing well, laughing, enjoying himself immensely, and well, he should, as Loffredo puts the ball back into play. 3-1 lead for Chris Blowers and Ryan Moore here in game number 2. And the pass down the middle. Reese can't hold on to it, but neither can Blowers as it rolls back. And it's picked up here by Alan Reese. Reese taking a lot of time, shooting against Ryan Moore, and able to get that one through. It's 3-2. Remember, this is game 2. So Alan Reese and Chris Blowers will be playing entirely in the forward position with Moore and Loffredo at goal. And it'll be the same when we get to game 4. You can see a little bit of nerves, perhaps, with Alan Reese. But again, a lot of pressure with big crowd watching here, players and viewers all around the world. Some guys sitting up here talking about your every move, and coming back with that quick shot is Alan Reese to tie it at 3. Beautiful play by Reese. Tic-tac lane pass here by Blowers, who has shot it well against Loffredo so far. Big shot here. Todd showing the straight. Switching to a reverse, back to a standard, but Blowers finds the long hole again. Right? Loffredo tried to entice him to go inside, and Blowers whipped it all the way out to the long hole. Well, Chris Blowers has played himself quite a second game. And the bounce pass here through the lane by Reese. Allen will set up a snake shot if it appears. And have it blocked by Moore, sent the other way, grabbed by Loffredo, who can explode offensively from goal at any time. 1-0 lead in the Battle of Atlanta in favor of Ryan Moore and Chris Blowers. Shot down the middle on goal by Loffredo, picked off by Moore. Ryan with a big pull shot, a big deep pull kick. He'll also tuck it to that short corner if you give it to him. He tries it here, and it's taken away by Reese. Who will set up a push shot and then misexecute the shot. Still 4-3 here in the second game. Ryan slices that short side effort on goal. Blowers couldn't grab it. Loffredo does. You get the sense that Loffredo is due to score from goal. Ryan, of course, at any time could as well, but it's Blowers who picks it up and calls timeout.
I'm like, execute it, please execute it.
And of course, our old friend, Mark Torres, a first ballot Hall of Fame commentator for sure, watching, I believe, there in Chicago, as Chris Blowers puts it back into play. Blowers will look to give his team a 2-0 lead. He has shot it well so far, but Loffredo is there in this situation. Now, Chris is going to score on Loffredo for the game. It's going to have to be a big, solid, strong shot. Outside bank attempt by Loffredo. Comes back to Blowers. Chris Blowers for his second game win. But Loffredo is there, and again, it's going to have to be a strong shot, you would think, to get through Todd. Knock the other way, and another chance here. Blowers tries a tic-tac push kick, blocked to the other end. Watch out for Ryan, who winds up with that pull shot, blocked by Reese, and it comes back to Ryan Moore once again. Loffredo. He has put 2 shots on goal his last couple of possessions. Sends a pass up the table here. Reese knocks it down, grabs it, and can tie the second game up. First game went to Blowers and Moore, 5-4. Our good friend Mark Torres commentating, doing some color from home. Thank you, Mark. Another chance here for Reese. He's shooting against his nemesis, Ryan Moore. Allen swings and misses at that one. Fires the left hook on goal. The ball's going to come back to him. I think he'd love to call timeout and break Todd up there, but he can't. And he strokes it home far side. It's 4-4. Both games going 4-4, opening up the battle in Atlanta. And taken away here by Reese. Shot on goal by Loffredo. Picked up here by Moore. It may be a case of the goalie having to score to close out this second game. Will it be Ryan Moore? Will it be Todd Loffredo? Or will Reese or Blowers come up big in this situation? And it is a big situation, especially for Reese and Loffredo, who lost that first game. Blowers able to take this one away on the 5. Blowers tic-tacs, gets it through to Loffredo. Again, you just sometimes get a sense that Loffredo is going to score. Instead, he passes it hard along that outside wall. Reese couldn't haul it in. I continue to get texts and messages from all around the world, and it feels as though there are a lot of you out there watching. And we'll get some numbers, I think, probably by tomorrow. And this has turned into quite a popular event. 12 or 14 countries already have sent me messages saying that they are watching. Shout out to Warrior President Brendan Flaherty watching in California. And Reese able to pick up this loose ball, and we've got a timeout.
I got my own issue.
All right, I can call you. I'm in third base. I need a good mix next year. Yeah, here we go.
Germany and Austria chiming in as well. Ryan Moore will defend against Alan Reese, who sets it up looking to tie this match up at a game apiece. Reese swings and misses on that one, gets it back, and unable to put a strong effort on goal. It comes back to Moore. Again, Ryan can explode from the 2-rod at any time. Puts that one on goal. Dug out by Loffredo. Todd, always ready to shoot, always in shooting position. Always ready to whip that pull shot or pull kick. Fires that one down the middle. Blowers with a block on the 5. Comes back to Loffredo once again. 4-4 second game. Moore and Blowers leading 1-0, intercepted by Blowers. Chris Blowers has had a few opportunities to win this second game, but Loffredo got in the way every time. Todd Loffredo coming off one of his best seasons, I think, in many years, both in singles and doubles. Had a great year. Last couple of years, Todd Loffredo has really played some great foosball. National champion last year, of course. And Alan Reese, another chance to tie the match up. Again, not executing. Bit of nerves, but he's going to get another chance here. Reese tried to pull kick it and knocks it back to Loffredo. Again, the pass along the outside wall. So despite the misexecutions, Todd continuing to try to encourage his partner and get him involved, get him confident in that forward position. Loffredo hustles after that one to keep it out. Todd with a short corner, but it's blocked by Blowers. Chris, I believe this will be his 5th chance to put it away, and he's going to call timeout. Our good friend Paul Rhines watching in San Diego. The New Hampshire Foosball Group, of course, watching up in snowy New Hampshire.
All right, guys, so we're out. Everybody's out? Okay, we set? Yep.
Chris Blowers, another opportunity here to win this second game and give his team a 2-0 lead. Flowers against Loffredo. Todd there again. Neither goalie giving up anything right now. Again, you have to think that there's a pretty good chance it's going to be a goalie that scores this final point of this second game. But Loffredo continuing to try to feed Reese. Todd puts that one down the middle. Reese able to pick it up on his 5. Allen will look to advance it, and he does beautifully with that stick-up pass through the lane. He'll set up the pull shot. Reese try to go straight. Try to come back with that push shot on the fly. Again, knocks it back to Loffredo. Todd again with a clear. He's stuck on 4-4 now for close to 10 minutes, it seems. Well, when you have two of the greatest players in the history of the sport at the goalie position, that could happen. And Loffredo leans over and says, let's call timeout. Reese says, okay. And both players, both teams now have used both timeouts. The great player from Lafayette, Louisiana, Terry Rue, is watching. Hello, Terry. This match all started as a smack-talking foosball thread on the foosball board, the American foosball board, when Alan Reese, the gentleman in the affliction shirt there, called out Ryan Moore in a big money match. And of course, at first we all thought, well, maybe it's just talk, smack talk on the board, but it began to evolve into something else as Ryan accepted the challenge. And in the last week, Alan Reese recruited Todd Loffredo to come down and play. And of course, brought in the InsideFoos crew as well to cover it. And here we are. Ball is going to remain on the 3-rod of Alan Reese, who will put it into play, again looking to win this second game. Reese shooting the snake shot. Tried to go far side and again doesn't execute the shot. It has been a tough second game for Alan Reese in that forward position. But also going up against a guy like Ryan Moore. Whoa, that big, sweeping, long pull shot goes just wide of the goal. Chris Blowers has also had opportunities. Got off to a quick start, but Loffredo has blocked his last 5 or 6 efforts, all of which have come on 4 points. Nice pick up here by Reese. Reese, again, swinging and missing. Tries the pull kick wide of the goal. Ryan Moore. Here's that push kick just wide up into the air and off the table. Todd Loffredo will put it back into play. Who will be able to score this final point of game 2? That one put on goal by Loffredo. Rebound Karams back to him. And the pass along the outside wall. Reese will get another opportunity here. And Allen finds the back of the goal. It's 1 game apiece.
You ready up there? Yeah. Ready? Yes.
Here we go. 3rd game underway. It's now Ryan Moore and Chris Blowers on the right side of the screen. Todd Loffredo and Alan Reese on the left, tied up at a game apiece. And Ryan Moore, with that fast, hard wall pass, will have the first scoring opportunity of game 3. Ryan Moore coming off his greatest year ever. Ryan Moore won every major American doubles competition except for the Bart O'Hearn celebration. But he won 5 others with 3 different partners and won the Tornado World Singles Championship. Reese with a turnover here. Ryan. And Reese with a good bit of defense there. But Ryan really established himself, I think, at this point as certainly the greatest, currently, the best tornado player in the world. When he wins singles and doubles at the Tornado World Championship, that pretty much says it all. But Ryan also won the Hall of Fame Classic Doubles Championship, Texas State Championship in doubles, the National Championship in doubles, Todd Loffredo won the National Singles Championship last year here in the United States at the age of 54. It is truly remarkable when you talk about guys like Todd Loffredo or Dave Gummison, who are well into their 50s and are still among the perhaps the top 10 all-around players in the world. Todd, just a remarkable specimen of an athlete, if you will, a foosball athlete, still with tremendous hand speed, great reactions, and of course a brain, a foosball brain that is perhaps second to none. And that one drops in, and for the first time in the match, Loffredo and Reese are ahead up 1-0 here in game 3, tied up at a game apiece. And taken away here by Loffredo. And Todd finds the straight hole. There are some great pull shooters in the world. One of them watching out there, certainly Terry Rue. Dave Gummison, the aforementioned. Tom Yor down in Florida, great pull shooter. But to me, and no offense to anyone else, but I think Todd Loffredo has the best pull shot in the world. And perhaps someone like Terry Rue, who is certainly in the conversation as well, would perhaps agree with that. And there's another one there, this one off the roll. It's 3-1. So Loffredo and Reese threatening to go up 2-1. And the games certainly are much quicker when the two all-time greats are in the forward positions. Loffredo. Again, Todd will set it up here. And stroke home the long. It's 4-1. So the most one-sided game so far here in the battle at Atlanta. First two games went 5-4. Now Loffredo can give his team a 2-1 lead. Try to go to the straight hole. Blowers there. Chris smiles about it. That one sliced wide of the goal, picked up here by Reese. Todd Loffredo, really a great job defensively at the tail end of that second game. Did not allow Blowers or Moore to score, which eventually did allow his partner, Alan Reese, to kind of relax a little bit and find the back of the goal to tie the match up. And now Loffredo has come out red hot here in game number 3, getting possessions and taking advantage of them, and has given his team a 4-1 lead. But the next game, the fourth game, it will be Blowers and Reese at forward again. And then after that, perhaps we will only see those two in the forward positions in spot situations. Stolen away here by Moore. And a quick slingshot off the outside wall. Kept out by Reese. 4-1 lead for Loffredo and Reese here in game 3. It is truly a battle of attrition, as Moore able to knock that one back in, defensive stuff. It's 4-2. You're talking 9 potential games here. It's a race to 5 games. The best team certainly is going to win this match. Which team that's going to be is yet to be determined. This was pretty much a pick 'em going in. Loffredo can give his team a 2-1 lead, but first, a timeout.
It's ridiculous. It's like a tennis racket.
Is that a lot of Reese they call?
No, we're talking about something.
I know you are.
These guys having fun down there, but bottom line is there is a $5,000 prize to the winner of this match. Todd Loffredo putting the ball back into play, setting up the pull shot. And it's 2-1. And joined here by tournament promoter Phil Grable, longtime foosball man. You actually began playing back in the 70s. Now you've kind of evolved into the man behind Atlanta foosball.
I saw Todd win his first world championship at 17 years old in St. Louis in '77. So yeah, I've been into it for a while. I don't play like I used to, so I think I'll promote for a while. I'm still in the game and having some fun.
Well, you advertised you were going to have this Maryland warm-up, Maryland State Championships, of course, in 2 weeks. And you advertised you were going to have this event, and then it kind of evolved into something else, didn't it? As the battle in Atlanta started to take form.
It started out as just some smack talk between North Carolina players, and particularly Alan Reese and myself, and we'd had words with our games before, and there was a little bit of tension, so we decided to put some money on the game, and that's kind of where it grew from. And all of a sudden I was out of the match, and Ryan Moore's in, and then now Todd Loffredo. So great match.
Yeah, it was Alan Reese who sort of called out Ryan Moore. I guess he figured if he was going to play a money match, he wanted to play the best. And Ryan accepted. Todd Loffredo then was brought in, and we have now a match that really is turning into an exciting one, but also one that has proven to be pretty popular and really the center of the foosball world, at least today.
Yeah, it's fabulous. I'm just glad to be able to be a part of it, enjoying the match, and trying to help a little bit of foosball out here in the southeast region.
But it also, it seems, and maybe you could tell me better than I would know, is that your turnout here for the event is actually up a little bit, perhaps over what you expected because of this.
Oh, most certainly. We normally pull about half this, and this match has brought people out of the woodwork to come over and watch this. Also to come see the great Jim Stevens commentate. So.
Well, thank you for all you do, Phil Grable, and for hosting this event, which has really been a great day. And now we've got ourselves a match. It is the two non-pros in the forward positions now, as Chris Blowers will have the first scoring opportunity, and he's able to knock that one home. It's 1-0. So Blowers again at forward, and Chris always with a smile on his face. Alan Reese back at forward as well. And this will be the last time we see this in the match. After this, it is going to be, you would think, Moore and Loffredo at forward predominantly throughout the rest of it. But Alan Reese able to find the back of the goal. It's 1-1. Flowers can't connect on the lane pass. Comes back to Loffredo. Interestingly, in that last game, the second game, when Loffredo and Moore were in the goalie position, neither of them was able to score from goal. And you're talking about two guys who are simply great shooters in the goalie position. They exchange sallies here, and it's picked up off the back wall by Blowers. Alan Reese again, and finds the back of the goal here. It's 2-1. And now this has turned into a very big game for Blowers and Moore, who are down 2-1. Remember, in 2 weeks from Baltimore Washington Airport, it is going to be the $20,000 Maryland State Championships, and that is the biggest event in the eastern part of America, on the East Coast. And again, Reese. It's 3-1. Oh, Allen has heated up. 3-1 lead. And Reese able to knock this one down. And we will, of course, be bringing you every bit of that event in 2 weeks at netfoos.tv. And that, again, will be a free stream. So tune in if you can't make it. And that event does draw a lot of players. As we said, it is the biggest event on the East Coast. Chun-Li and Kristen Grogan do such a great job of running that event each and every year. And for the first time, InsideFoos will be covering it. And we'll be bringing it to you free, live, at netfoos.tv, starting Friday afternoon. Big shot here for Chris Blowers. And Blowers able to stroke home that pull shot to the short side. And again, the smile, the laugh. It's now 3-2 in favor of Reese and Loffredo. Ryan again winding up for that big long pull shot.
Keeps blocking me with his arm.
What? Come on, water. Water.
Hand goes kind of long. This water.
Three 3-2 lead still as Loffredo puts it back into play. Reese picks up the loose ball, and Allen has shot it well here in game number 4. By that little soft effort through the lane, taken away by Ryan Moore. Slingshot effort. Ryan, every bit the rock star, showed up here at about 4:20 this afternoon. And Loffredo shows up here as he knocks that squared off pull shot to the short side. It's 4-2. And Reese able to take it away, and he can give his team, although he loses it, as he had a chance there to give his team a 3-1 lead. And instead it's Blowers who can now pull his team back within 1. Chris Blowers, who overall has shot the ball pretty well, and able to knock this one off a man and in.
I'm in there. You're not. I made it. Sorry. Are you ready? Yeah.
4-3 lead now, and Blowers takes it away from Reese. It is 2-1 in favor of Alan Reese and Todd Loffredo. Moore, another chance here. Loffredo has scored in this 4th game. Ryan Moore has yet to score from goal in the match, although it seems inevitable, but he may not get a chance. As Reese able to pick it up, sets it up. Ryan raced him, took it away, swept it away. Pounds that one towards the goal, and it's Blowers who digs it out. 4-3 lead here in the 4th game. Alan Reese and Todd Loffredo, they lead 2-1. And the deal was that for 2 of the games, of what could be 9 total games, Moore and Loffredo had to play goal. Todd's tic-tac pull kick goes just wide. Ryan picks it up. Now Ryan tic-tacking. Taking a lot of time here. And hammers that one up the table where Loffredo has possession. Loffredo pumps it up the table off a man and in. It's 3-1.